as I was riding down a dark, empty back road, a road that I normally would never take. My favorite song had came on, so I turned my radio up and I started singing along. As I get about halfway down the road, I noticed a man sitting in the middle of the street with a black hoodie and some oil-stained khakis on. So I stopped, turned my music down, I rolled my window down, and asked loudly, "Sir, are you alright?" He didn't answer. So I asked again, "Sir, are you alright?" Still, no response. He didn't turn around or move. He then slowly turned around and looked at me with this blank look on his face. That's when I noticed he only had one eye, no ears, and half of his top lip was missing. I immediately jumped back in my seat and hit the gas, speeding off. About 5 minutes after taking off, I heard this loud pop sound. I said to myself, "Lord, please don't let it be my tire." I suddenly felt a vibration through my seat, and my car started shaking up and down. I hit the steering wheel violently, and I cursed loudly. Then I stopped the car and jumped out to see what had happened to my tire, but all I seen was my rim. I knew I didn't have a spare tire because I used it a few months back. I go to pull out my phone, and that's when something flew past my head. I nearly jumped out my skin. When I looked back, all I seen was woods and not a soul in sight. I immediately get back in my car to try to call someone, but nobody's answering. So I started texting people. As I'm looking down, I heard 3 hard knocks on my window. I look up and I see this guy who looks like a swamp possum with a mustache. I didn't roll down the window, we just stared at each other for a second. He gave me a slight grin, then he yelled, "Do you need some help?" I yelled back, "What it look like?" He smiled and gave me a thumbs up. He yelled, "Okay, I'll be back." I knew that wasn't a good thing and that I didn't have much time because he didn't pull up in a car. He literally came out of nowhere. So I tried calling some people back. My friend AJ finally picked up. I told him what had happened. He said give him 30 to 45 minutes. He'll be there. I told him okay. So I lit up a cigarette and looked around. As I'm looking around, I see this man in my rearview mirror, like 20 feet away. He had a black hoodie on with some kind of mask on his face and something in his hands. I couldn't quite see what was in his hands, but I knew it wasn't good. I immediately got out the car, started running down the road, cell phone in hand, and I didn't look back. I get to this small white house, I run to the door, I bang hard. I hear someone say, "Who is that banging like the GD police?" She opens the door. I say, "Ma'am, can I come inside? It's an emergency." The old woman says, "Sure, sweetheart." I go inside, I look, and there's cats everywhere, and it smells like Herbatum. As I'm sitting down on the couch, I hear the old woman say, "Honey, we got a visitor." Then she asked me, "Do you want anything to drink, honey?" I said, "Nah, I'm good, thank you, ma'am." I pull out my phone, and I text AJ and ask, "Where are you?" And I told him where I was at. When I look up, I see this old man with bifocals on, with the head the size of an Oldsmobile, and snuff packed in his jaw, looking at me. I nod my head at him, and he shakes his head and walks down the hallway. The old woman then says to me, "Don't mind him, he's always grumpy." I thought to myself, he looks like Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog. I grinned and I said, "He's alright." She said, "My son should be on his way home. He went out walking earlier. He got a black hoodie on and some oil-stained khakis." "I'm surprised you ain't see him," she said. I immediately took out my phone to see if AJ texted back. He said he's about 20 minutes away. I texted him back fast and I said, "Hurry up." I asked the old lady, could I use her bathroom. And she said, sure, honey, go down the hall and it's the third door on the left. As I'm walking down the hall, this smell hit me. It was so bad I started gagging. It smelled like the Holocaust. I mean straight death, like for real. I knew I was trapped. I knew that was her son that was in that black hoodie that was standing behind my car. But I was trying to figure out who the old man was. I seen the window in the bathroom. I checked it, but it was barred down. I started praying immediately. I started texting everyone to tell them I love them, but it wouldn't send. I didn't have no signal. I cringed and started squeezing my phone as hard as I could. As I go to the door, I hear the old woman say, "Hey son, where you been at? I got worried about you for a second." She says, "Who did you bring with you this time?" I heard a hard thud hit the floor. It sounded like a body. I hope it's not AJ, I said to myself.